Well, starting out on another glorious day. I mean, it's one of the last, probably. Here on the Erie Canal bike trail in Mohawk. I think we visited this trip last year, right around this time, maybe a little bit earlier in the year. Today's October 17th. And it's a beautiful, slightly breezy, a little chilly day. And I wanted to explore the trail again to see how maybe traffic has increased on it here during the pandemic of 2020. What a time, folks. Also, during this journey, we're going to be exploring the newest segment of the bike trail, which completes the trip from Mohawk here, eastbound, all the way through Little Falls, in a completely paved, bicycle only and pedestrian trail. There's a couple small little road crossings, but other than that, we stay right off the highway, which is terrific. So we're gonna just let it roll out. I've got the chesty going today. Hopefully we've got a good image. Try to get it up a little higher. Maybe a little more sky. It's really a beautiful day. Check in a minute. It was nice to pick up a little speed there under the bridges and through the alternately sunny and shady parts of the trail. Comes to pedestrians, I'm always masking up these days as a courtesy to them. Right behind you. Thank you. Not too many people sporting masks on the trail these days. Maybe a little earlier in the pandemic. I think people have gotten comfortable around here with the relatively low infection rates, but I'm masking up just to say I care. There was a lot of dogs around this part of the trail and their owners. Hello. Hey, Vicky Brown. There's Vicky Brown. And we're coming around to the Fort Herkimer Church, or whatever we call that. The historic church here in the town of German Flats Park. And now we're entering onto a portion of the trail completed some point last year, I think. This has been a joy, this extension, really making this path more than just a short stroll. And now clocks out about 4 miles from Mohawk to Lock 18. But we're going beyond that today. Well, once again, we're on this really most beautiful stretch that goes right along this broad section of Canal. River's over on the other side of the berm there. And this has just been gorgeous. I have a bit of a tailwind right now, so it's probably quieter and certainly easier than it will be on the return trip, when those ripples on the water that you may see will indicate a headwind. Also, I'd like to give a special thank you once again to the lovely Karen Fowler, light of my life, who lets me ride her beautiful vintage Italian racing bike, which we call the Chooch bike. This bike is a dream. Thank you, Karen. Well, we're approaching the junction of the newly quite complete piece of the Canal Trail that goes from Lock 18 all the way out to Route 167 Little Falls. We're gonna let this part roll through that we might better enjoy it. Coast is clear. This is the Canal access road and bike trail. Here comes the jogger I always see. This guy's been running all summer. Hiya. Hello. For the most part, everybody's super friendly. And why wouldn't you be? This is a terrific resource for people who want to exercise or just enjoy some relatively quiet nature. Little mini canal park here is looking pretty spiffy. Spiffing it up. And here comes the newest stretch. Hello. Gotta believe that they're pretty close to opening this thing up fully and officially, but there's also been a lot of traffic on this. It's beautiful right here. Signage is up, the guardrails, the grass is coming in. We're just gonna let it roll. On your left. Thank you. Good day. Ah, here comes some bikos. Hello. Those folks are cutting along at a good clip, but you know who passes me on this bike path? Nobody. Coming into a big sweeping curve here. And another. And now we're approaching the site where machines and everything had been staged and kind of local headquarters of this operation all summer. And they've got this buffed out pretty nice. Got some plantings there, so I guess that's not going to be a parking spot. And I'm coming to a crossing, one of the few. Right behind you. Thank you. Sir. You called me sir. I see this guy a lot too. Hello. That fella's a Class A walker. So, this new part of the trail follows the line of an old railroad bed, and it bypasses now and forever all that highway out there on 5S, which has a nice shoulder, but the more you can get away. Hiya. That portion of the highway, fairly lightly traveled, pretty decent shoulder, but this cuts off a pretty big hill and shortens the trip to Little Falls considerably, but it's so much nicer. This part of the path is about as wide as it ever gets. It must be the new standard. I guess we'll shut it off for a minute. And as we approach the 167 crossing, I'll note that that's about a 2-mile brand new stretch from the lock to the state highway. And we'll see the crossing in a moment. Right behind you. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
I always feel like I'm startling folks because I'm always startling folks. And here's the beautiful 167 crossing onto this lovely and familiar part. See bikers, walkers of every kind. Hello. Good. Hello. Little Falls is a great little city in New York State and truly deserves a nice resource of this nature. This is a old part of the trail. We've seen this before and it's glorious. Hello. Man with a pug. Oh, this is a great old cut through rock rail bed. And you can see the damage left from a big windstorm we had about a week and a half ago. Blew all that stuff down. Both sides. It was really startling. This part of the trail really could use some widening, and who knows, maybe someday that'll happen. But till then, I'll just remain grateful for it. And there's the beautiful canal again. Off to the left, which you can't really see. Coming up to the end of the old Little Falls part of the trail. We're gonna keep going though and do the Finks Basin Road loop. Try to get this out to 10 miles one way and get some hill work in, as this trail has gotten delightfully flat. since we completed that segment. So we're gonna struggle up this hill and bring it back down. And on the way back down, I think we are going to discover that headwind. It's a little swirly around here, but it's westerly today, that's for sure. Hi. So this is no grand hill, but it's a pretty long upslope. Gets the heart going. As do encounters like that. That's enough panning for you. And here's the end of Fink's Basin. Over to the thruway connector and the intersection near the old Nicholas Herkimer home, which is straight across, thruway up to the left. Got some trust issues with cars and people on this bike. Safer that way. There's your headwind. Some of the old. And as we emerge out of the old James W. Miller Miracle Mile and a Half, we're gonna make a little side jaunt here and go down along the Little Falls Harbor, which is beautiful. And we'll eventually get back on the trail proper. But we see a control gate here for the canal. Closing that up soon enough, I suppose. And we're gonna come out on the road that takes us by the Little Falls Lumber Company. There's never a lot of traffic here. This is a terrific little detour. And you get the beautiful aroma of the lumber yard. I love the smell of wood. Here's the harbor. It is truly a seasonal resource, the New York State Barge Canal. And we are coming up to the end of the season, but it's terrific. How are you? And we're headed back out toward 167 and our rendezvous with the trail. And we're going to rejoin 167. A reasonable shoulder. Did pick up a flat tire here earlier this summer from some broken glass. I'm trying to be careful here because people break glass. And we're going to rejoin a brand new segment. It's just glorious. Little tiny bit of a headwind, but you know what, folks? I just don't mind. It's a bit of an old railroad trestle bridge that they refurbished. Its footings are very old. Right behind you, on the right. Hiya. And we're going to emerge once again off of a brand new segment over this lovely bridge. And lock 18. Well, I like to joke that if you aren't getting a headwind when you're riding the bike, you're not doing it right, no matter the wind direction. But this is Hey, headwind. So long. Hi. Hi. Right behind you. Thank you. On your left. Thank you. On your left. Thank you. Hi. Hello. Jesus. Like an electric motorcycle. Sweet. Hello. Hiya. Hi. Hello. Oh, we're bringing it on home here to the Mohawk. Right where we start.
Time 1 hour 18 minutes 1 second. Distance 20 miles. Speed 15.4 miles per hour. Split speed 15 miles per hour.
I will take it into today's headwind. That's all, folks.